Hello students, it's worksheet number 11 for the date 29/7/2030. Now today's worksheet, it is based on the reaction which is called neutralization reaction. It is from our chapter acid, bases and salts. So what is neutralization reaction? When we are talking of neutralization, the neutral word is there, and neutral word means that it is in between your base and acid. So somehow it is neutralizing the effect of acid by the base and base by acid. So the best example or best reaction which is specifying this reaction is sodium hydroxide, which is a strong base, reacting with HCl, which is strong acid, giving you sodium chloride and water. So we have learned in the previous worksheet also, when we talk of acids, what the all acids have common? All acids generate H ions, or you can say hydronium ion. Okay, and what all bases have common? They generate OH ion. So this you have to remember in this neutralization reaction also. And we have learned also that bases which are soluble in water are known as alkali. So the neutralization reaction can be written like this also. When acid combined with base gives you salt plus water. Now how this salt plus water formation take place, we can see from this reaction also. By breaking this reaction into the ionic form, if we break this reaction into the ionic form, that sodium will be broken down to sodium ion plus hydroxide ion, and your HCl will be hydrogen plus chlorine ion. So what is happening? This hydrogen is combining with OH to give you water, and your sodium is combining with chlorine to give you sodium chloride. So the same thing has been explained here also, that when we are taking strong acid or a strong base, the amount of hydrogen and hydroxide ion both are there, and they both combine to give you water. How we can specify that the neutralization reaction has taken place, or how we'll say that the particular thing is a strong acid or a strong base? To give answer of this, a scale has been devised which is known as pH scale. What is a pH scale? It is a scale for measuring hydrogen ion concentration in a solution, the number of hydrogen ion, and this pH scale has been developed specifically for this. What pH stands for? It is the power of hydrogen ion. Remember that pH has been designed to just tell the power of hydrogen ion. When we talk of base, then also we are just taking power of hydrogen. That means we are counting hydrogen. We know that in case of bases, the amount of hydroxide ion will be higher. That's why we are saying that it is a power of hydrogen ion. So the strength of acid and bases, we know that when we talk of strength of acid, the acid strength is hydrogen ion, and when talk of base, it is hydroxide ion. More the strong acid will be, more will be hydrogen ion. More strong will be the base, more will be hydroxide ion. So the pH scale is having a neutral solution or a neutral point which will be 7. So pH scale is from 0 to 14, which has been designed, and 7 we say neutral point. So 0 to 7 are called acid, and 7 to 14 are called base. Sorry. Anything in between 0 to 7 will be called as acidic solution. Anything between 7 to 14 will be called as basic solution, and the one which is at 7 will be represented as the neutral. Okay, so when we talk of on the basis of hydrogen ion concentration, it can be explained like this. A very beautiful graph has been given in your NCERT. You can see that also. It comes mostly time in exams also. When we are going from 0 to 14, what is happening? You have to remember this thing. The concentration of H ion, on the basis of H ion concentration, the concentration of H ion is going to decrease, and the concentration of OH ion is going to increase when we are going from 0 to 14. That means from acid to base. When we are coming back from 14 to 0, what is happening? The concentration of H ion is increasing, and the concentration of OH ion is decreasing, because when we are going downwards, it is more acidic, and when we go upward, it is more basic. On the basis of that, we have classified acid into two categories: strong acid and weak acid. Strong acid which are ionized completely, that means which are completely converted into ions when they are dissolved in water, that's are known as a strong acid. When they are completely ionized, the concentration of H ion will be higher in this strong acid, and the example are HCl, H2SO4 and HNO3. Weak acids are partially dissociated, that means incomplete ionization of take place, and the H ion concentration will be lesser, like the ethanoic and carbonic acid. Likewise, the strong base and weak base, we have classification. Strong base, again the ionization is complete. When they are dissolved in water, they will be completely broken down into ion, and more amount of OH ion, that means hydroxide ion concentration, will be there. Sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide. Likewise, weak base are those which dissociate incompletely and less number of OH ions will be released, like the ammonium hydroxide. Now we come to the question answers. You have been given two solutions, A and B. A is having pH 6 and B is having pH 8. Now, which will be having the higher OH ion concentration? The solution which is having lesser pH will be having the higher OH ion concentration. So the OH ion concentration of 6 will be higher. And what will be the nature of these two? Because it is having the pH less than 7, it will be acidic, and it will be having the pH less than 7, greater than 8, 7, so it will be base. So second question is also answered like this. In the above equation you have to tell acidic and basic. So we can say that 6 is acidic and 8 is basic, means A is acidic and B is basic. Third question, if fresh milk of pH 6, how do you think that the pH will change its turn into curd? So the fresh milk pH is 6 and the curd pH is around 4.5 to 5.5, in between these two. So how this from 6 to this pH comes? Fresh milk is having a sugar known as lactose. When we are adding some curd in it overnight, it is actually we are adding a bacteria which is known as lactobacillus, and this lactobacillus is converting this lactose into lactic acid. Okay, so this lactic acid will convert your pH 6 to 4.5. Sorry. So you have to remember that lactobacillus is the bacteria which is actually responsible for the change of pH in case of milk when it is converted into the curd. Write the name of two strong acids and two strong base. You can easily take from the here HCl, H2SO4, and from here. Last question, pure water has pH 7. What would be its nature? When we talk of pH 7, we say it is a neutral one. So its nature will be neutral because it is having the equal concentration of H and OH ions. So this is the end of your worksheet number 11. I request all the children who are watching to subscribe it. Tell your friends to subscribe it, because all the year you will be getting videos from the different topics, not only from worksheets. You will be getting the different PowerPoint presentations, important questions as per board point of view, and how to write different answers to get good marks in the board exam. So do subscribe and tell your friends also to do it. Thank you.